Hey guys, Jim here. Welcome to another SPI Ultrasound Physics Registry review. Let's go and dive into this thing. Question 1. Which is a problem for your transducer if your ring down time all of a sudden increases? A. Matching layer. B. Backing material. C. PCT crystal. Or D. Acoustic lens. The answer is B. Backing material. Question number 2. Red blood cell A and B represent two different Doppler sampling areas. Why is the Doppler waveform sampled from red blood cell B smaller than red blood cell A? A. Transmitting frequency is lower. B. Transmitting frequency is higher. C. Red blood cell B is an artifact. Or D. PRP is lower. So why is this waveform smaller than this waveform? The answer is A. Transmitting frequency is lower. Question number 3. If you're using a pulse wave Doppler transducer, which of the following will improve your image quality? And choose 2. Small PCT crystal, backing layer, matching layer, damping material. The correct answers are damping material and backing layer. These two are the exact same thing, and what they do is reduce the ringing of a pulse by shortening the length. So this will improve your axial resolution. Question number 4. Which of the following will compression adjust? A. Image brightness. B. Low-level frequencies. C. Adjust echoes depending on depth. Or D. Grayscale. The answer is D. Grayscale. Question number 5. Axial resolution is represented by which colored circle? A. Blue. B. Orange. C. Green. Or D. Yellow. Which one is axial resolution? The answer is B. Orange. Question number 6. Which of the following will adjust the dynamic range of an image? A. Rejection. B. Gain. C. Output power. Or D. Compression. The answer is D. Compression. Question number 7. Transducers with a low quality factor will improve which of the following? A. Axial resolution. B. Lateral resolution. C. Spatial resolution. Or D. Temporal resolution. The answer is A, axial resolution. Question number 8. What's wrong with this image? A, PRF is too high. B, PRF is too low. C, electrical interference. Or D, focus is too low. The answer is C, electrical interference. Don't confuse this with twinkling artifacts, because twinkling artifacts will have some kind of stone with the artifact displaced posterior. And this image clearly doesn't have any stones in the area. Question number 9. Which of the following is a problem for your continuous wave transducer if your continuous wave Doppler has range ambiguity problems? A, no problem. B, matching layer. C, backing material. Or D, PCT crystal. The answer is A, no problem, because range ambiguity is a disadvantage of using a continuous wave transducer and has nothing to do with the integrity of the matching layer, backing layer of the PCT crystal. This is just something we as stenographers have to deal with. So for this question, it's not a problem with any of these. Question number 10. Click on the artifact caused by refraction. The answer is right in this region here. Question number 11. How does modern ultrasound machines report blood velocity if the Doppler shift measures with units of frequency? A, centimeters per second. B, color map. C, hertz. Or D, cosine. The answer is C, hertz. Question number 12. How do you fix range ambiguity artifacts? A, increase depth. B, decrease PRF. C, increase PRF. Or D, decrease packets. The answer is B, decrease PRF. Question number 13. As blood travels in a vessel, the red blood cells in the middle will travel faster than the red blood cells directly next to the vessel wall. This is because energy is lost by which of the following? A, gravitational energy. B, kinetic energy. C, potential energy. Or D, inertial energy. The answer is D, inertial energy. Question number 14. What's wrong with image A? A, inverted, B, map, C, angle, or D, gain? The answer is B, map. Question number 15. Which of the following explains the temperature rise in patient tissue? A, mechanical index, B, thermal index, C, stable cavitation, or D, transient cavitation? The answer is B, thermal index, or TI. Question number 16. How do you get rid of spectral broadening? A, decrease gain, B, increase spectral volume size, C, decrease spectral volume size, or D, increase wall filter? The answer is C, decrease spectral volume size. Question 17. If you're using a PRF of 6,000 Hertz, what is your Nyquist limit? A, 12,000 Hertz, B, 9,000 Hertz, C, 6,000 Hertz, or D, 3,000 Hertz? The answer is D, 3,000 Hertz. Your Nyquist limit is equal to your PRF divided by 2. So what you do is you take your number here, divide that by 2, and that's your number. 6,000 divided by 2 is 3,000 Hertz. Pretty simple. Question 18. Which Doppler represents spectral broadening? A, B, C, or D? The answer is C. When you look at all these waveforms, let's start with the obvious. So A and D still have a spectral envelope. So these are normal. Then if we look at B, this looks like it could have spectral broadening, but the scale is just turned up really high, and that's why your waveform is smaller on the screen. But if you look closely, it still has a spectral envelope in each one. But the spectral waveform in C does have spectral broadening because not only is the vessel stenotic, but you can see that inside the waveforms, it's kind of filled in and it's lost its spectral envelope. Question 19. What does the backing layer prevent? A, reverberation, B, side lobes, C, crosstalk, or D, tissue heating? The answer is A, reverberation. Question 20. Which of the following goes along with an endocavity probe? A. Trapezoid sector, B. Large footprint, C. Small footprint, or D. Triangle sector? The answer is C. Small footprint. Question 21. Which is a problem for your transducer if your image produces significant noise all of a sudden? A. Matching layer, B. Backing material, C. PZT crystal, or D. Acoustic lens? The answer is B. Backing material. Question 22. When you increase the number of focus, what will this do to your image? A. Decreases lateral resolution, B. Decreases axial resolution, C. Increases temporal resolution, or D. Increases detail resolution? Now, this is kind of a jacked up question because when you learn about multifocus, you learn that this will increase your lateral resolution. But one of the options says decreases lateral resolution. But when you read further into physics literature, you find that when you increase the number of focus, it'll also increase your detail resolution. Question 23. Lateral resolution is represented by which colored circle? A. Blue, B. Orange, C. Red, or D. Yellow? The answer is orange again. And this is because when the transducer is on top looking down, it's looking at axial resolution. But when the transducer is on the side here and looking this way, it's looking at lateral resolution. So this is used for both axial and lateral resolution. Question 24. What's wrong with this image? A. PRF is too high, B. PRF is too low, C. Electrical interference, or D. Wall filter is too low? This is called a twinkling artifact, which is caused when the PRF is too high and when you have stones inside the body. When you place color Doppler over that stone, it's going to cast a posterior twinkling artifact. Question 25. Persistence improves color Doppler by increasing which of the following? A. Ensemble lengths, B. Packets, C. Scan lines, or D. Gain? The answer is C. Scan lines. Question 26. Which of the following is the correct way to move a heavy object weighing half of your body weight? A. Push the object, B. Lift the object and carry, C, pull the object, or D, use a forklift? The answer is A, push the object. Question 27. What best describes power Doppler? A, higher sensitivity, B, lower sensitivity, C, higher frame rates, or D, aliasing? The answer is A, higher sensitivity. Question 28. Which of the following will improve spatial and lateral resolution at the same time? A, decreasing depth, B, decreasing sector angle, C, high line density, or D, increasing transmitting frequency? The answer is C, high line density. Question 29. Which of the following is a problem if your pulse wave Doppler creates images with a low resolution and a narrow bandwidth? A, no problem, B, matching layer, C, backing material, or D, PCT crystal? The answer is C, backing material. Question 30. Which of the following resolutions is improved by increasing transmitting frequency? And click on that apply. Spatial, lateral, axial, temporal. The answers are lateral and axial. Question 31. If a transducer changes from 5 Hz to 10 Hz, which of the following was used? A, diameter of 5, B, thickness of 10, C, thickness of 5, or D, width of 10? The answer is C, thickness of 5. Question 32. What is another name for persistence in color Doppler? A, spatial, B, lateral, C, axial, or D, temporal? The answer is D, temporal, or in other words, temporal compounding. Question 33. Which of the following is related to the damping material? A, long pulse lengths, B, higher sensitivity, C, short pulse lengths, or D, higher Q factor? The answer is C, short pulse lengths. Question 34. Drag and drop the letter X on the enhancement. So where would you put this X on your image? The answer is right here, caused by that little cyst. So you'll take this X and put it anywhere along this line. I'll just put it right there. Actually, I'll put it right there. Question 35. Increasing the number of acoustic scan lines in one frame improves which of the following? A, axial resolution, B, lateral resolution, C, temporal resolution, or D, contrast resolution? The answer is B, lateral resolution. And that concludes all the questions for this test. I'll hurry and write 25 more questions and upload that video as fast as I can. If any of you need any SPI tutoring, feel free to sign up for our class. It's called SPI Tutoring. I will teach you everything you need to know for your upcoming boards. If you need to ask me specific questions, feel free to email me at ultrasoundboardreview@gmail.com, or you can personally text or call at 435-922-1635, and I will answer all the questions that you have. I'm Jim with ultrasoundboardreview.com. We'll see you next time.